Oh, hi. I didn't see you come in. Would you like some tea? I have an extra cup right here. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. So, if you're a Chinese dissident and you get an invitation to drink tea with authorities, you can be pretty sure there's not going to be much tea involved. It's sort of like when Chinese police burst into the home of activists in the middle of the night to suggest they go on a vacation and get out of Beijing for a couple of days during politically sensitive events. Last week, there were massive protests outside the Southern Weekly, a Chinese newspaper that actually isn't state-run. The paper had tried to run an article calling for a constitutional government, but then the local propaganda chief, Bwhaha, took it upon himself to make a slight edit. He rewrote it to praise the CCP. And gosh, China must really be changing because usually large protests are met with brutality. But this time, authorities just invited everyone to tea. I mean, look at how excited they are. It looks like they just can't wait to get in that unmarked van. And here's a student being taken off for tea after his interview with Second German Broadcast Network. Look how nice. They're carrying him so he doesn't have to walk. It must have been quite the tea party because they even invited celebrities. Taiwanese singer Annie Yi also spoke out on behalf of Southern Weekly, and someone must have been listening because she later said on her Weibo, which is like a Chinese Twitter, that authorities also invited her to drink tea. That was before a bunch of her Weibo posts were mysteriously taken down. In fact, at least 20 people have been invited to drink tea with authorities in relation to the Southern Weekly incident alone, including famous Beijing entrepreneur Li Kai-fu and property developer Ren Zhiqiang. Tea drinking began in China 4,000 years ago and plays a huge role in Chinese culture. That's probably why authorities can't get enough tea parties. In fact, to help them out, they've recently made a new law that internet providers and social media sites have to register the real names of users. That way, if someone posts something critical of the government, it's even easier to invite them over and discuss their differences over tea. How civilized.